I'm Amy Zawi with the Jerusalem Connection Red Alert Report for Friday, October 27, the SJP showing its true colors. Students for the Justice in Palestine, the SJP, is a group that is located on various college campuses all over North America. And they actively engage in campaigns against Israel in a variety of ways. These campaigns have more often than not resulted in Jewish students and other students who support Israel and Jewish students to be harassed, bullied, intimidated, and even openly discriminated against on campus. The SJP helps with events such as Apartheid Week and various BDS, that is boycott, divest, and sanction proposals and initiatives against Israeli policies on college campuses. They peddle this activity in the name of human rights activism, claiming only to be against Israeli state policies. But the results of their activities and words and the funding organizations that support them has been notably purely anti-Semitic. And the notion that Israel does not have the right to exist and be pushed off the map is the underlying notion beneath their group. The SJP is often defending themselves against this accusation of being anti-Semitic, carefully wording in public statements to be that of only opposing the state policies. However, on October 15th, in an article posted by Aussie Dave, he started to investigate the speaking and interviewing engagements of one Amina El-Ashkar. And this woman, a young Palestinian woman from refugee camps in Lebanon, was lamenting the fact that her fellow Israel haters, and including those at the Students for Justice in Palestine, objected to her consorting with known anti-Semites or Israel haters who claim publicly that Israel has no right to exist. She, in her interview, which is available online and is about 5 minutes long, is very candid and sincere and unapologetic about her position that Israel actually does not have the right to exist and that only Zionists would disagree with her. She noted that her colleagues at the SJP actually do agree with her and told her we can certainly discuss these ideas amongst ourselves. We simply cannot say these things in the public realm for fear of being accused of being anti-Semitic and thus losing a foothold on college campuses and perhaps even some funding. However, Amina noted that she didn't care about the funding issue since there's a variety of overseas organizations and people in the U.S. who agree with her who are funding the SJP. So it didn't matter if a college decided to pull its funding. She was also kind of indignant about an American audience not being receptive to her discussions that the sufferings of the refugees are solely at the hands of Israel. It is a shame here that while she recounts this issue, there are three generations deep of refugees in Lebanese camps, she does not all blame the Lebanese government or the nation of Lebanon or any surrounding nations who were the ones that insisted the original generation leave Israel so that they can attack it. Israel never actually forced anybody to leave, if you study the history. So, with this, she simply keeps the accusation and the mantra going that the reason why she doesn't have a homeland is only and always Israel's fault. The point here is that she is candid and sincere in her recounting of the inner workings and notions of the SJP, that indeed they agree with her, that Israel does not have the right to exist. And I believe she is completely misguided in what fuels her pain and angst regarding her own upbringing. However, I see her point about being upset with her own group because she expects them to keep their true agenda sincere, and that's what she does. However, they want her to be deceptive and keep certain statements under wraps. And she doesn't want to keep her speech censored for an American audience. In fact, she claimed that the reason why she was excited to come to America and have the opportunity to speak here is because Americans enjoy free speech, and she would indeed be free to state her opinions that Israel does not have the right to exist and that only Zionists would disagree with her. Well, in other news, this gal may have a podium at the moment, citing our own free speech laws, as I said. You don't have to feel sorry for her. She does indeed have a U.S. tour ongoing, and she continues to speak her mind freely and without censorship. However, the state of Wisconsin would probably disagree with her, as just last week, 2 Republicans in their Congress introduced anti-BDS legislation. Quote, boycotts of Israel must be fought because they do not attack just the Jewish state. This propaganda campaign also is the basis of a newly emboldened and destructive anti-Semitic attitude. This bill demonstrates that Wisconsin is serious about standing with Israel, as our republic has since Israel's founding 70 years ago. So while these lawmakers are introducing bills to join at least 20 other states who have already passed anti-BDS legislation, they want to make sure that state funds are not engaged in contracts with businesses that are also engaging in BDS activities. So with each voice that does use the freedom of speech clause in our society to spout whatever they may feel is the reason for their woes, there are other entities who are putting truth to the test in regards to how one can or will do business with public funds. And that's good. Agree or disagree, truth must prevail, and we need to be ready and willing to share those facts. Shavua Tov, have a great week, and Shabbat Shalom.